Guyana program with your host, Tony from Myconi, Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Kaieteur Radio, FM 99.1 in Demerara and Essequibo and 99.5 in Berbice. The radio with a difference.
This is Wake Up Guyana. The views expressed in this radio program are those of the host and do not necessarily reflect the opinion of National Media and Broadcasting Company Limited, Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM.
Kaieteur General Insurance, a better value for better protection. Get your ship and cargo covered with us today. To better serve you, you can now purchase your insurance online from the comfort of your home. Kaieteur General Insurance Company, Inc., located at 121 Regent and Ornock Streets. You can contact us on telephone numbers 225-1787 or you can try 269-0020.
A pleasant good afternoon to you. How in the world are you today? You are listening to the Wake Up Guyana show with Tony from Myconi. Today is April 7th, 2021, and you are listening to Kaieteur Radio, FM 99.1 in Demerara and Essequibo, and 99.5 in Berbice. The radio with a difference. We thank you for joining us. Those who are listening to us across the length and breadth of this great and blessed nation, those in the riverines and the hinterlands community, and those in the diaspora, the A, B, C, C, E, America, Britain, Canada, the Caribbean, and Europe. Thank you for joining us, and we hope that you will be informed and enlightened today. We have GPL is back with us. We have not had GPL in the last 4 weeks. So I know thousands of you will be anxious to talk to GPL because I've been getting your calls and I've been telling you that I don't know when GPL is coming, but they're here today. So, reminding you to listen to this show Monday through Friday at 1400 hours, and reminding you also to listen to the Glenn Lau show tonight at 7:20 p.m. tonight. If you want to hear the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, you need to tune in tonight to listen to the Glenn Lau show at 7:20 p.m. tonight. So please listen to Mr. Lau show, which comes to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7:20 p.m. and a rebroadcast on a daily basis at 1100 hours. So today we have in the studio Mr. Leon Williams from the Revenue Protection Manager at GPL, and also we have Cummins, can't get the first name, Hunsford, Lunsford, my friend. Writing is worse than, or mine is worse than his, because I can't even understand mine. At least I made out his last name. Mr. Lomford Ford Cummins, Customer Service Manager, is with us from GPL. And we also have another member who will remain anonymous from GPL. She will help us if we go off track. So the number to reach us is 226-7453. 226-7453. And those in the diaspora overseas, you may have questions for GPL too, because I know a number of you have houses here in Guyana, and I get calls a lot from people overseas having issues paying their bill, and so on and so forth. So the number for you to reach us from overseas is WhatsApp 592-622-2222. 622-2222. I will turn it over to Mr. Williams or Mr. Cummins. Which one do you want to go first?
Well, I'm going to go first. Good afternoon, Guyana.
Okay.
Good afternoon to the diaspora. And I would like to shout out to my colleagues at Guyana Power and Light, my dedicated and hardworking colleagues. Also like to say a special good afternoon to our CEO, Mr. Dindial, and the Deputy CEO, Strategic Operation, Mr. Ramtahal, and the Deputy CEO, Admin, Mr. Renford Homer. I'm from the Loss Reduction Division, which has a very close relationship with the Customer Services Department. And I deal specifically with looking at losses, or what we would call revenue protection and revenue assurance, which are very much connected, losses and revenue. Because when we lose energy, we are talking about losses and revenue, because we're in the business of delivering electricity to customer, and in return we get revenue. So when electricity is lost, then revenue is lost. So I would like to look at two aspects of where we lose energy. One is on the technical front, which is inherent in our system. By our own system design, we lose energy, and that is called the technical losses. And over the years, we have been taking steps to improve or to reduce the losses on the technical front, most of which are done through major projects. And the other aspect of losses that we talk about is the non-technical loss or commercial losses, which directly impact our revenue, and which the focus of this afternoon is on, commercial losses. And so overall, we lose about 25 to 26 units of every 100 units of electricity that we produce. And of that 25 to 26% losses, about 14 to 16% are related to commercial losses, and that is the focus of this afternoon's discussion. So let's talk about the commercial losses, where we can lose commercially. We lose commercially through electricity theft, and when we talk about electricity theft, we're talking about persons who are not necessarily customers who tap onto our lines and use our electricity. And then there are those who are our customers who would alter our meter or metering devices by either bypassing it or tampering with the metrology of the meter, so that the meter does not register as much as it should. And when that happens, then we lose revenue. So what we do as a department, we go out there and we try to detect where those losses take place, right? And some of it we get from intelligence from the public, and some when we look at our database.
Excuse me for a minute, Mr. Williams. We have a call coming in. Caller, go right ahead with your call, please.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Tony.
A pleasant good afternoon to
This
you.
is Samantha, the girl concerning the GPL issue.
Hold on one second. Can y'all hear her?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
You hear? Okay, good. Go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am.
Yes. I have an issue with GPL since last November, where I went and do a transfer of my father meter into my name. Actually, my father deceased. So I went and asked how to get the meter transfer into my name, where I did all the procedure. I produced all the document that they asked me for. I did so. Anyhow, in January, they went to disconnect. They went to the premises. They never disconnect. So I went back. When I went back, I went to Main Street this time because at first I went to Mont Repos. I went to Main Street. They told me what I had to do. I did all what they told me again. They told me that it's going to be disconnected in 2 days. I said, you sure? They said, yes. I said, okay. I didn't get no call for the disconnection. Anyhow, went to do the investigation. The time was up to date. The day that they told me, the call. The time went for, I go in back now for make the payment. The very day they call, that was up to date. Until when for do the disconnection, there were all the issue came across. Anyhow, I went, I keep asking. They say I would get a call, I get a call. I didn't receive no call. When I do get a call now, the electrician called me to go and cut the light. The guy called, he said, he asked for the direction. I gave him, he said, is this the meter on the metal post in front of the orange building? I said, yes. I said, go ahead and cut. He said, okay. I called him back 10 minutes after. He said, yes, they cut. When I get to find out they didn't cut. So when I keep calling the guy back and he answer now, I call him from a strange number. When he answered the phone, I asked him, why you lied to me and say that you cut the light and you didn't cut the light? The guy said, oh, they didn't do the disconnection. I said, why you didn't do the disconnection? You had all authority to do it. They cut off the phone to me, never answer me back. Now, the new issue now, when me and my brother go to GPL the other day, I think that was Thursday, Wednesday, last Wednesday we went there. Getting to understand now, they went ahead, transfer the meter from my name, is doing the procedure of transfer it into my sister-in-law name, unknowing to me. So I got angry in there. I said, so you telling me, they tell me because I request a temporary disconnection. Somebody else went and put in for the meter and they giving them the meter. I said, but I never told y'all I don't want the meter. I asked you to temporary disconnect it. I said, how could you give her this meter when it's in my name? They said, oh, the girl produced a tax receipt and a letter from the NDC. I said, so you telling me because she paid this year tax and she came with a NDC letter, you transferring the meter from me to her without my knowledge? They said yes, that they cannot do anything for me anymore, that is all they could do for me.
There. Let me get one of the GPL people to respond. Which one would like to respond? Go right ahead, please.
To the viewers, this is Mr. Cummings. Thank you, my sister, for that those information. But what I would ask you to do for me, can you come and see me tomorrow? Anytime after 8, just 1 minute. Come and see me tomorrow, anytime after 8 o'clock, and I will ensure you that this matter will be rectified.
Okay, and where I have to come see you, sir?
Main Street Hacks for Lunsford Cummings. Come to Main Street, and I will address your concerns.
Okay, yeah, well, I will be there before half day because my daughter have a doctor appointment tomorrow. I have to take
What's
her.
your name again?
Samantha Harriman.
Okay, Samantha. I'll address your matter tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay then. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, caller, for calling. And this is why we need GPL here. This is a case study. Caller, go right ahead, please. Welcome
Good
to
afternoon.
Wake Up Show. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tony.
Good afternoon, sir.
You know the same problem we have for last time I called you about GPL, right? We pay out for a meter, right? But the problem is when my neighbor them, right? They pay out for meters, so then tell Abel I'm going in GPL for pay half of the money, right? Hello?
Yes, go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah. So when I be going out and get about 3 hours in there. Then say, no, I got to come back and got made to me now. So when they come and they made for me and my neighbor now. Then give me $197,000 for me got paid. So that means my neighbor got paid $140,000 now. Right? Hello?
Yes, we're listening.
Yeah.
You keep talking. We hear
Yeah,
you.
and I get GPL, the contractor, them now come and juke post all to end. And then left Abby at the middle, then I juke non post, non wire and run. Then say, then I get the contractor and I get things for run for come this side and run all to end. And the middle where we live in, we never get no post, no wire and run. Then say we got to pay the $197,000 before we get current.
So right now, do you have any current, sir?
No, sir.
So
we have nothing.
You completely
Since last year, we
living
paid
with
for a meter, we didn't get nothing.
So you
And say,
wait, let me stop for you a second.
this thing in Topu, in Barbie.
Wait. Give us your number. Give
Yeah.
us your phone number. And
Okay.
one of the GPL staff will contact you after the show.
625
625
0167.
0167.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
57, right? 57.
62. They got it. We have it. We will deal with this matter. And this caller, he's been calling for weeks.
Yes, sir. You know how
Weeks.
long I call him. Listen to you every day for here's the GPL come just tell you.
Well, I'm glad they hear it for themselves.
Because you get the PPP promoter right here, sir.
Okay.
He them juke post and came straight in the street where he live. I be there on the main here and I can't get current and then juke post and came till down inside where he there.
And I just
So
want
he can get current just because you're a PPP promoter.
I just want to remind the listeners that this caller been with
They don't do nothing for Abby here.
Okay, hold
The
on.
government waste
Yeah.
time Abby put them in there because they don't do nothing for Barbies people.
Okay.
Everything they do in Georgetown. And when they want to vote in, they might come and beg us say. And nothing they do for Barbies people. The promoter lived still long in one bush, then kept post and come and give he. Because he a PPP promoter.
Okay,
We
caller.
didn't conk.
All right, thank you, caller. We got plenty of calls coming through. When GPL is here, this phone rings off the hook. And since GPL haven't been here in 4 weeks, this phone will be ringing, and you may have to come back and do your presentation. Look, caller, go right ahead, please. Welcome to the Wake Up Guyana show.
Hi, good afternoon, sir.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, sir.
Not already definitely. I just want to talk to the Mr. Cummins.
Hold on, sir.
Road, hello?
Hold on, we can't hear you. Just give us a second.
All right, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. The dump road, the
turn this up.
Pakistan road,
Raj.
right? They had a
they
lampshade there
can't hear.
right through on the Pakistan road. But what happened now, when APN, you lose the election, I see these guys come and take off all the lamp and left no light. But when you go down Massey Road, they have the light right through. Now, if you're driving through the night time, oh my God, it's a real problem, sir. And I'd like to just look into it and see what really happened.
Just to make sure we understand your question, Mr. Cummins, you understand?
Yeah.
They have the lampshade right through
just
from
hold on,
Pakistan
sir.
Road. Yeah, hold
Hold
on.
on, Mr. Cummins going to address you.
I must make it clear,
Mhm.
very pellucid, that the street lighting
Yeah, the street light.
falls under the ambit of the Ministry of Infrastructure
Okay.
or the NDC.
Okay.
However,
Mhm.
we will make contact with the infrastructure.
No, sir, I call Critic, I call Dildari, and he helped me with the road.
What
But
will happen?
Mhm.
I will take on this responsibility for you,
Thank you very much,
to
sir.
make contact with infrastructure and get your matter rectified.
Thank you very much, sir. Night time if you're driving on the road, sir.
Thank you, caller. We got lots of calls coming in.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And you see why, Mr. Cummings, it's good that you guys come, because what you just said there, half of Guyana do not know that that issue is not a GPL issue. Lantern Post is infrastructure responsibility. Yours truly did not know that. And if yours truly, who barely went through school, did not know that, could you imagine the rest of those who haven't gone far in school? So, GPL, you get blamed for everything. Okay, if it has a light, everybody blames GPL. So listeners, just listen carefully. The Lantern Post in Georgetown, would that include Berbice and
Anything on the carriageway is the responsibility of Ministry of Public Works.
Or NDC,
anything
or the
in the
NDC.
community, the responsibility of the NDCs.
Thank you, and this is why you need to come and educate us. Caller, go right. Okay, this is why, because as you can see, this is clearly a lack of knowledge, and then you get blamed for something that you're not responsible for. Caller, go right ahead. Welcome to the Wake Up Guyana show.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tony.
Pleasant good afternoon to you, sir.
The stereo blasting GPL because GPL from the 2 weeks are you sure? GPL is doing a good job, but your blasting because GPL have public work for do now they come now, you see. Are you talking bad about them? I encourage the callers to talk about GPL bad things about them.
We don't, sir, we at Kaieteur Radio do not talk bad about companies. What we do, we try to help our consumers. We have a guy who just called who have not had lights for almost a year. He has no electricity, and he's been calling every week. My job, sir, is to put that out to the relevant authorities. If you see that, sir, as me bad talking GPL or any agency, I am just trying to help the poor, the powerless, the neglected, and the peasants in this country, sir. That's my responsibility. I have to help them. He needs lights. You may have lights, but he needs light. And my job is to get him lights. You know what it's like to live without lights, sir? No lights mean no water. No water means no shower. No water means you can't brush your teeth. You can't cook. What do you want me to do, sir? Do you want me to just let things go as it's been going for 50 years and say nothing? If people who don't have a voice in this country, I'm going to be their voice. I will be their voice. And it doesn't matter who is in government. My goal is not to help the rich, the wealthy, and the well-connected. My goal is to help the poor, the powerless, the peasant, the junkies in this country. Because they are humans too. So thank you for calling, sir, and all opinions are welcome here. Caller, go right ahead. Welcome to the Wake Up Guyana show.
Yes, Tony. Let those people go and sit in your chair, man. And when they sit in your chair, and they're going to know what to say. Tony, I'm calling from Region 6, the tamarind tree. I want to know that thing is still there. I'm just a concerned citizen.
Wait a minute, sir. Remind us, we had GPL here on the show, and they took several numbers, including yours.
Yes, Tony, yes.
But you never brought that issue back to me, that tamarind tree is still there, sitting there for how many years again it's been sitting there?
It's over 3 years.
3 years.
I'm trying to contact them, and that tree is a landmark.
But do you remember?
It's dangerous.
Right, but you remember GPL took your number.
That's right.
And they was going to take care of it, but you never got back to me.
I was waiting until the team come back, okay. But they never come back.
No, but you should have bring it to me so I could continue to highlight it. So that caller that just called before, he can know that my job is to help get that tamarind tree get out of danger, because it's a danger.
It's still there.
It can hurt people, right?
That's right.
Right. And so this is what my job is to prevent somebody getting hurt.
All right,
Am I
Tony, see
correct?
what they're going to do. It's in Fryhead.
Let's get your number again and let's try with this new team, please.
You want my number?
Yes, go right ahead.
333
333
44
44
36.
36.
That's right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Tony.
And please,
Do you have a cell phone, sir?
do you have a cell?
I have a landline, 333 44 36.
Where's the location? Give us the location.
It's in Fryhead. Fryhead.
Which part of Fryhead?
Not far from BI school. That tree is about 10 feet over the lantern pole height.
And tell them what are your fears about that tree? Tell us.
No, we're having high wind in the area.
Yes.
And any time, but it's with God's strength,
Yes.
that thing standing up and then falling down. Anytime that thing fall, it can carry, and I sure that thing is 220 volts over.
And if it falls, what is your fear will happen?
Well, you have old people around there, and
So
you know,
you're thinking it's going to fall on the house? It's going to fall on the streets? Where?
well, the wires, and see now that I think it's about 220 volts. You don't know what could happen.
Okay.
Okay, caller, I will give this personal interest because I grew up in Fryhead, right? I
Yeah.
don't know if you know me, but I'm the Williams from Fryhead.
From Fryhead?
Yes.
Well, you know that same tree, that tamarind tree there, man.
I haven't been there for a while, but I grew up there.
That Williams, the old headmaster's son.
That's correct.
Right, that tamarind tree there. Me and you come meet it, buddy. You come meet the tamarind tree,
But this is not a GPL
it's posing a danger now, man.
responsibility,
Posing a
is
danger.
it?
And there's a small shop under that tree.
I'm not sure if it's the GPL's responsibility.
And sir, caller,
but
this is what,
I look into it.
this is what
Okay,
we
thank you very much, man.
Yes, this is what we're learning today.
Save a life, save a life.
Okay, thank you.
And property. Good, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so again, another caller like myself, we blame GPL for the tamarind tree going to fall, but it's not the GPL.
That's responsible.
And my question is, we need to get infrastructure on this show because it looks like a lot of the questions concerning light and lantern posts is really a infrastructure issue. So I'm putting it out to infrastructure. Please come on the show and please help GPL so they wouldn't be blamed wrongfully. Okay? We're going to take a break right now, and then we'll be right back after this. All right, I can let you continue because...
CARICOM General Insurance, a better value for better protection. Get your ship and cargo covered with us today. To better serve you, you can now purchase your insurance online from the comfort of your home. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc., located at 121 Regent and Ornock Streets. You can contact us on telephone numbers 225-1787 or you can try 269-0020.
Kaieteur Radio, keeping you informed.
Demerara and Essequibo 99.1 FM.
Burby's 99.5 FM. Kaieteur Radio.
Welcome back to the Wake Up Guyana show, and we are here with GPL in the studio. I know a number of you want to call. We're going to take your call in a moment because GPL got a few things that they need to put out there. But reminding you that you can listen to this show on WhatsApp, YouTube, MyTuner app, Radio Garden app, Kaieteur News Online, WhatsApp, Facebook, and on 99.1, 99.5 Kaieteur Radio. Also, reminding you tonight to listen if you want to hear the truth of what's happening here in Guyana with your money, with your future, with your faith, your F-A-T-E, faith. If you want to hear what's going on in this country at this time, at this moment, you must listen tonight to the Glenn Lal Show at 7:20 p.m. so you can hear the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth tonight. The Glenn Lau Show at 7:20 p.m. Highly encourage you. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. It's going to be mind blowing, mind boggling. Listen tonight. Also, listen to this show Monday through Friday from 1400 hours. The Wake Up Guyana Show is here. I am going to take your calls in a minute, but let's give GPL an opportunity to share some of what they want to share with us. Go right ahead.
Thank you, Tony. Mr. Cummings here again. I want to bring some information to you pertaining to what we are doing and how we're trying to look out and to improve our service. So come April 11th, 2021, the Guyana Power Light, we will discontinue the fuel rebate on all our customer bills. That is, we will be removing the 15% rebate, fuel rebate. However, at the same time, we will be reducing all the charges down by 15%. Yes, the net effect or the net value will remain the same, but this is a step in the positive direction that we're taking to make sure you understand your bills. We know there are many complaints about understanding how to read the bill. So we try to make it as simple as possible for you, our customers. So for instance, for every $100 on your bill, you will see it's reduced by 15%, which is now down to 85. Prior to that, you will see the rate, which are done in the kilowatt hours, and then you will see a fuel rebate charge, and then you will have to calculate it down. So we're removing that. So all the rates are moving downwards. And so those residents who would consume under 75 kilowatt hours, which in past was being charged $46, will now be charged $39.1. And so all our charges are moving downwards. The commercial customers will move from $6.33 to $56.38. The small industrial customers, as a tariff C, will move from $59.92 down to $50.93. And the large industrial customers, which are tariff D, will move from $57.39 down to $48.78. So this is the first step in many things that GPL will be doing for you, our customers. Yes, at the present moment, the bills will remain the same, but coming down continually, we will be moving in a positive direction so that we both will be benefiting, both GPL and you, our customers.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. William, did you have anything else before we open the phone lines again?
Well, just to emphasize the implication of electricity theft or electricity diversion, commercial losses, it has three areas we can look at. One is the economic implication for both customer and GPL, because when we lose energy, we lose revenue. That's on the company side, and customers, of course, the tariff structure would affect you. On the other side, the safety side, public safety. If persons are engaged in hooking up illegally to our network, it poses a risk to life, limb, and property. And so, as far as possible, we should try to desist from such practices, because we all can suffer. And we certainly won't like to hear that persons die because of electricity theft. On the other side, diverting GPL's electricity, whether stealing or whether you tamper the meter or whatever, is an offense and is covered in the laws of Guyana. And so there are penalties attached to that. And one, GPL has the right to recover losses through back billing, and also perpetrators can be imprisoned for being engaged in such practices. So those are the three implications for electricity diversion, electricity theft.
Okay, you finished, Mr. Williams?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, callers, the phone lines are open again, and who will be the first? Caller, go right ahead. Welcome to the Wake Up Guyana show.
Yes, good afternoon.
A pleasant good afternoon to you, sir.
I'm calling in concern. I don't know if you are taking like any housing calls today or just GPL.
Just GPL today, sir, because we have hundreds of people that have been dying for weeks to talk to GPL. If you don't mind, call back tomorrow. We would love to talk to you. Would you do that, please?
Okay, yes, thanks very much.
No, thank you for calling. All right, the phone number to reach us is 226-7453, 226-7453. Don't we have any overseas people today that have questions for GPL? Because I get lots of calls. Miss Karen, she has a good question for you, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, if you'd come over here for just a minute. Go right ahead, caller. Caller, welcome to the Wake Up Guyana show. Go right ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, Tony.
Yes, good afternoon.
One question. Did you get your lantern post fixed?
No, sir.
Why don't you ask these guys about it?
I did, sir. And what they informed me, and this is how I was ignorant.
You remember you were raising the issue on here.
Yes.
And one like me then, having 3PL there, I expect that would have been your first question.
I did, sir.
Here.
I did. I spoke with GPL off air because I didn't want to take up your time, and they informed me, which I was misinformed, that those, some people call it lantern post, some call it lamp post. I don't know which one is correct.
No. I called you on 2 days.
Yes.
One day 5 to 3, you didn't answer the phone.
Okay.
To correct you, that term lantern post is colloquial.
Okay.
It should have been a lantern post. That was when the colonial people started lighting the streets in Georgetown.
Okay.
They put poles and they hung lanterns on them.
Okay.
So now they're electric light poles.
Yes.
So,
now
I didn't know that.
Wait, let me make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Yeah, GPL wouldn't understand you when you talk about a lantern post, because normally everybody still refers to them as lantern posts.
Okay.
Right?
But you said the new term is electric post?
It's an electric lamp post.
Okay.
The post is not electric.
Okay, so it's electric lamp post.
Yes.
Okay, that's a mouthful to say.
Yeah, ask the guy. He would tell you.
Yes, I did already. He did.
Yes.
But
the other thing is, question for your panelists.
Yes.
If my house is off the road, it has a driveway, but it doesn't have electrical service to my house, and GPL would normally ask me or a customer to buy a pole. And I understand now you have to buy the wire to run to your house. Whose property is that post and the wire?
It's a great question, sir. So let me make sure I understand the question first.
Yeah.
You buy the electric lamp post, to use your word.
Yes.
and you buy the wires to go on the post.
Yes.
You buy the light that goes with the post.
Yes.
And then GPL.
I have
wait,
from the
let me
post
finish.
to my house.
Yes, wait, let me finish. And GPL would connect the power. So the question is, since you bought the post, you bought the wire, you bought the light, and all they did was press the button and turn it on, who owns that post?
Yes. Whose property is it?
But simple. Don't make it complicated. Simple. Who owns the post?
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about the post.
Yeah.
Mr. Williams, Mr. Cummings, you're giving us a headache here, sir. Go ahead.
This is Mr. Cummings, the customer service manager.
Yes.
You're saying that you've purchased the post, or you intend to purchase the post. Which is it?
I purchased the post.
You purchased the post. You had to purchase the wire too?
Yes.
And you were told you had to purchase the wire?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
That's kind of.
All right, but let's say
But if you purchase these things,
the question is though.
The question is,
who owns the post?
You own the post.
Okay.
The customer will own the post. The customer will own the wire.
No, I think you have it wrong, sir.
No.
Yeah, you're working for GPL, but I'd like you to find
customer
out.
will own the post.
GPL, it becomes the property of GPL.
After 3 years.
After 3 years.
Okay, sir.
And immediately, as soon as they send electricity through that wire.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Are you asking a rhetorical question, or are you asking a question to get an answer from the expert? Which one?
I need an answer.
Well, then he's giving you the answer, but you're saying that his answer is not correct. So if you already know the answer.
No, why I want an answer from him.
Yes.
Or the other guy, whoever
Mr. Cummins
would answer.
Yes.
Is because one of them said that those poles and electrical wire running along the road is not the responsibility of GPL. It's local government, and that is incorrect.
Street lighting.
All right, so
that is incorrect.
All right, so
the
you brought
street
up
lamp.
You're bringing up a different issue now.
Yeah, the street lamp.
Okay, do me a favor, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, let's one question at a time. Let Mr. Cummins address the question: who owns the post? Who owns the wire? Who owns the light? Is the person who paid for it, or is it GPL? Mr. Cummins.
Sir, if you purchase the pole and you purchase the wire, that remains your own until 3 years. Because why is 3 years? Any maintenance to be done to the post, to the wire, becomes GPL's responsibility. So therefore, after 3 years of you purchasing these things, it becomes the property of GPL, because we will have to do the maintenance from the time the service is installed.
Okay, very good. So just for the record and just to be clear, the first 3 years, you purchase the post, you purchase the wire, you purchase the light, it belongs to you. After 3 years, none of it belongs to you. Am I clear? All right. And the caller before wanted to know if I posed my question to GPL regarding that lamp post that is falling down, and my answer is yes. It's the first thing I brought to their attention, and they brought it to my attention that they are not responsible for it. The infrastructure people are responsible. So I will be highlighting this issue for people from the infrastructure to let them know that if they don't fix that post, that somebody's going to get hurt. So I would no longer be calling on GPL to fix it because it's not their responsibility, but I will be calling on infrastructure to do something because I don't want anybody to get hurt. Okay, so as we continue, Mr. Williams, you want to read Karen's message and respond to her message that you, Karen had a great question about stealing electricity and how does it affect.
All right, I'm responding to
Karen.
Karen, I think Karen.
Yes.
Karen's question.
Yes.
Right. The overall losses is somewhere between 25 and 26%. It's kind of fluctuating now about that value.
Before you read, let me read her question.
Okay, go ahead.
How are you able to lower? This is Karen's question. How are you able to lower the services rates by 15%? Is this being offset by discontinuing the customer fuel rebate?
Oh, nice.
Have you procured additional funding to offset these losses? If so, will the repayment of these funds be passed on to customers? Mr. Cummins will take that question.
Okay. Let me start off by saying there's a net effect of no additional cost to your monthly bills. Because what we've done, we have removed the fuel rebate, which was 15% on the higher tariff, and at the same time, we've reduced the tariff down by 15%. So the net effect remains the same. No change in your monthly bill in terms of the net effect. So clearly, there is nothing about offsetting or looking at a loan or anything in terms of offsetting our cost.
Okay, and I don't know, this may be for you as well. Gail from the UK wants to know, when is GPL going to offer an option of one paying their electric bill from the UK using a Visa or a MasterCard? Good question, Gil. I guess Gil is saying, when are we going to come up to the 21st century? Is that what you're saying?
Good question.
To pay online. That's what she wants to know. How do we... and like I told you before, we have a number of people in the diaspora who have questions like this. And before you respond, let me take this call. Caller, go right ahead. Welcome to the Wake Up Guyana show.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Tony?
Yes, go right ahead, please.
I have a question. I played for the gentleman, right? I want to ask you something. I have a bill, right? And to be honest, I paid the bill since January, and I get it a job to pay the rest. It can cut off the bill, the light.
Okay.
I ain't working no way, and the bill comes 31,000.
Yes.
I'm scared because I'm using the light, but the bill keep going up, but I have a job.
Okay, so right now you're not working, caller. Is that what you're saying? Right now you're unemployed. You don't have any money, but your electric bill keep going up, and you're afraid that if they cut it off, you will have no electricity, you will have no water, you won't be able to take any showers or brush your teeth or cook. That's your concern?
Yes,
okay, let's see who wants to take this question.
And
hold on, caller. Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you understand the question? Let me repeat it. She is currently unemployed, like many Guyanese right now, due to this COVID virus. So they're struggling financially to make ends meet, put food on the table, to make a roti to eat. And her concern is her bills from GPL keep going up and up, meaning that every month it comes, she doesn't pay it, and she's concerned that 1 month GPL will show up and cut the power off, and she'll be left in darkness. And her fear is, her question is, will you do that to her?
I'm 61 years old.
Yes, don't worry, we got you.
Okay, my mother. GPL will not disconnect your service. Let me make that clear. We will not disconnect your service.
Okay,
we understand the pandemic, and it's affecting everyone.
Yeah.
This is a global pandemic.
Yeah.
And we understand a lot of persons would have lost their jobs.
Yeah, I use my.
However,
Hold on, caller. Just hold on.
I must say that in spite of all of this, for GPL to keep the generators going, the power going, we still have to honor our obligations to our suppliers in terms of fuel.
Yeah,
Albeit all of this is happening, GPL understands the situation, and indeed we're not going to do any disconnection, but we will want you to work with us. And whatever funds available to you that you can afford to start paying down on your outstanding balance, we welcome it.
Okay.
We want to work with you, our customers, and to
thanks.
ensure that the power stays on, but at the same time, we have to honor our obligations to our suppliers, especially purchasing of fuel. Fuel prices have gone up tremendously.
Okay, Mr. Cummings, we're coming down to the end. I want you to answer Ms. Gale's question. And then after that, do your closing remarks. We got about 4 minutes left.
Ms. Bacchus, I understand your concern and you want to pay online through your credit card. But we are not yet there. However, you can use your bank in England and we can provide you with our bank in Guyana where you can do wire transfers to our bank account, and you would state all the necessary, your name, your account number in terms of the information, and we will see that payment and we will be able to apply to your account. We will get there sometime, but right now we're not yet there.
Okay. Any closing remarks? 1 minute each.
Well, thank you, viewers, for listening to us this afternoon. We will certainly come back again. However, GPL is moving in the direction of trying to make things very simple for you, especially in you being able to read your bill. That is why we're working to remove certain things from it and to make your bill as simple as possible. GPL is here to help you so you can help us to keep the power on.
Okay.
I would like to close by saying that we do appreciate our customer, and we are focused on being very customer focused and customer friendly. I know in the past we have had a lot of not so good relationship with our customer, and we are trying to repair that relationship. So we will continue to work with you to improve the relationship, and certainly I will like to come back here again to address your concerns, and so you can look forward to see me coming again.
Thank you,
sometime
sir.
in the near future.
And I would like to thank GPL for caring, for showing their concerns, and for trying to help the struggling, the starving, the poor, the pitiful, the peasants in this country. You are the only company right now that comes on this station, and it shows me that you at least care. There are a list of others. Every week I make a note and invite them to come, and no one shows up. On that list, there's GPL, there's NIS, there's GT&T, there's Digicel, there is a number other of GWI, infrastructure. I'm putting it on that list now. And we need these people to show, these public servants to show that they care. And one of the reasons a lot of these companies don't want to come on the air, because they don't want to face consumers. So I give you kudos, GPL, and I hope that you would come more frequently, because as you can see, this phone would have been ringing off the hook because there are people who have lots of concern. And you can see a lot of people like myself are misinformed and miseducated We did not know, but the lamp post belongs to infrastructure and not GPL. So when you come here, you clear up issues. So thank you for coming, and thank you for listening to us. Thank you for all who called, all who listened. Thank you for the guy in Berbice reminding us about that tamarind tree that been sitting and falling for the last 3 years. This is why we have this show. This show is to prevent people getting hurt. I remind you that lamp post there on East Bank by Houston, right across from Rented Tent, right where the Christmas tree is lit every year. That post is going to fall, people. I've been telling y'all this, and somebody's going to get hurt. That post been like that for 2 years. And what bothers me is that there are people that travel that road day and night, including ministers, opposition MPs, presidents, up and down that road for 2 years. And that post, 45 degrees angle, that's how that post stands right now. It's supposed to stand straight up. Right now it's at 45 degrees. And hear the irony about it. I went by that post today, and somebody there cleaning the grass around the post. The grass is being cleaned. It looks beautiful. But guess what? That grass not going to kill anybody. If that post falls, that's what's going to kill people. So my question is, what is our priorities? Cleaning up the grass